We have this fantastic. All right, let's get into it. It's another beautiful morning, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure we are all excited to be here. I'm super popped up, super excited, super ready for today's dose. Guys, let's do it one more time. All right, we've been impacting life. We're not going to stop doing this. We're going to keep doing this every single day. The motivation that we all need in life is what is referred to as personal motivation. And I hope you're all gearing enough to be here. Again, it's another beautiful morning. This is your regular host, Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. We are ready for this wonderful dose or today's dose of Westwick Mindset mentorship class. All right. It is a class that will ensure that you get the necessary resources and information that will empower you mentally to live the very best of your life. From all of us, Wealth Secret, we want to say welcome to this wonderful class of Westwick Mindset mentorship. All right. So let's get into it as we been dissecting this particular series. This topic on this series that we started since on Monday, how to take responsibility to make the most out of your life. In fact, we started on Monday on when or the things you need to do to stop the blame, and then you start accepting responsibility. Yesterday, we tweaked it a little bit into take responsibility for your life. And, and we shared so many tips, insight on how you can actually start to pick up responsibility for your life, for your finances, for everything that matters to you. And, that's it. All right. So this morning, we are doing the same thing on how you can take responsibility for your life. But today, we're going to be talking more on results. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking more on results. If you say you're taking responsibility for your life or your finances, everything that matters to you, result is what, we call it the rule of the game, right? Result is the rule of the game. So if you take a responsibility for your life, you stop the blame, you stop blaming the community, you stop blaming people around you, you stop, casting out blame. You don't just want to accept it. You don't want to say, I am the one responsible for how my life is, going this direction. I am the one responsible for, my finances. I am the one responsible for the life change I'm supposed to experience. If you don't start to accept that, ladies and gentlemen, what will change? Nothing will change, right? So the rule of the game, like we say, the name of this game, because it's a game, to have that different mental change, different mental approach to life change, to financial change, to income change, to health change, has to be from when you start picking up, responsibility for yourself, that you are the one responsible for yourself. Until you do that, nothing else will change. The word say, for things to change, you have to change. So how do you change? We're going to be evaluating this particular topic today. It's not a topic, but this thing they call result. Somebody said result. Result is everything. At the end of it all, you need to see that numbers start showing up. The numbers that are showing up will come as a result of the input or the quality of time, energy, things you put into that particular, discipline. And that is when you start seeing that the result will start playing out. Now, what is result? Somebody once said result is let's say somebody wants a result is, taking measurable time, right? Somebody say taking measurable time or measurable progress in a reasonable time, right? So that to me, when I look at it, I say, wow, this is very powerful. You are taking a measurable progress, right? You're taking a measurable progress in a reasonable time. So this progress has to be checked in in the very time you have decided to say, I am going to be responsible for the outcome of my life. Very, very importantly. You see, the truth is that when we start apportioning blames onto people, onto, the government, the family members, you just try to shield off those responsibilities. Now, I want you to know something, that the same thing happens to everybody. Somebody will telling me here this morning, I say, Afolabi, you don't understand. You don't understand. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot. I've seen a whole lot. Afolabi, you don't understand the kind of situation. You don't understand. Your own is different. Let me tell you something. Nothing is different. Everybody faces disappointment. Matter of fact, disappointment are not special gifts reserved for the poor. It's not special gift reserved for the poor. Everybody have taken their own part of disappointment. It is what you do with that disappointment that matters. So it is not what happened that determines the quality of your life. It is what you do with what happens that determines the quality of your life. So how do you try to measure out result for me? Now, I'll give you a simple example. The same thing, and I want you to take this very, very importantly. Now, somebody will look at the weather now. Maybe during the rainy season, as the rainy season will be approaching right now here in Nigeria, okay? I know you guys in the other part of the world, you don't go through that, right? So here in Nigeria, in Africa, rainy season is going to be, it's going to be coming up any moment from now in a couple of months. And somebody will look at the weather and walk outside and say, the same weather. I say, man, maybe it's cloudy. And as it's cloudy, he is already making up excuses. I mean, he's already making up excuses in his mind and say, you know what, because of this weather, I don't think I can go out there and, go, in pursuit of my business or something. Maybe you have a target to meet. Maybe you have an appointment with somebody. You can give up excuses. You can make it up in your mind and say, you know what, I think with this kind of weather, I think this is the best time for me to sleep. I think, by this kind of weather, you just have to sit in the house and, take some good coffee for yourself and, just stay in the house. You don't want to go outside. Now, the same weather, somebody will look at the same weather, all right? And look at the same weather and tell himself and say, wow, if this kind of weather like this, if I go out, I will be able to see more clients. I'll be able to see more customers. This person, if I'm able to get there, I'll be able to seal the thing. Now, look at the difference. The difference in the same thing happened, the same weather, the same economy, the same thing, the same disappointment, the same opportunity, the same country, right? It's the same thing you all have access to. But it is how you deal with it. It is what you do, you make out of it. The same guy that give excuses of not going out, now that excuses excuse him from his next life change, right? Because if he's able to close the deal, it's going to make a lot of money, right? Now, he decided in his mind, he concluded within himself and said, I'm not going to go out because this is a weather for me to relax. Now, the same other guy, the other guy, look at it and say, in this kind of weather, this is the best time for me to close up, the deal, or to go and, seal this business, or to go and get this job done, or to go and, get this appointment, or go for this interview. Now, you need to see that everybody has their own, everybody has the same equal opportunity. Most times when I look at people, I think a few days ago, I was driving, my wife was with me, and, I saw a man that stood in front of our car. I think it was my wife that was driving. And I saw a man stood in front of our car, and it looks like he's drunk, or maybe he's been intoxicated with some kind of alcohol or drugs or something. And he's standing in front of the car. And we were wondering what is wrong with this guy. All of a sudden, a young little girl, I walk up to this man and drag him off because we couldn't go, we can't run over him, right? So a young little girl came and just pulled his shirt, and this guy just moved away. Now, what am I saying is that something resonated in my mind, and I told my wife, I said, you know what? We are all being given the same equal opportunity, the same brain. I'll tell you something, the same brain. And I've been there, ladies and gentlemen. Once upon a time, I've been there. I've been put in the same manner. But one day I choose to be responsible. I choose to tell myself, I will not live this kind of life. I choose to tell myself, in fact, when you look at me, having the opportunity of living in the States, I've once wore two stud, like I've once wore it. I had my two hair spears. It's part of life. So I'm looking at what kind of model will I be to somebody? Nobody told me it was, I started telling myself when I started, being more enlightened, and I started getting more in my development and, many, many years ago. And I told myself, you got to change this thing. Nobody will push you to achieving greatness. You have to push yourself. You can have a mentor, but let me tell you something. Until you tell yourself that I am responsible for me, that I'm going to watch my life get better, until you tell yourself, it's not what people tells me that matters, it is what I tell myself. So to start checking on how to take responsibility, results have to be the name of the game. Result have to be the name of the game. You start putting result. You start looking at yourself, a measurable, measurable progress in a reasonable time. How do I measure my progress? Because that will check you. That will constantly put you on check and say, what have I been able to achieve within certain number of time? If I look at myself, there was upon a time in my life that I told myself, by 25, I am going to be successful. I've once told myself like that. 25 came, I never became successful. I never became so rich like I wanted. 30 years, I told myself, another 5 years, another 5 years again came again. It didn't happen. And another 5 years again came, it didn't happen. I mean, it started coming, but guess what? I'm measuring it. I'm checking on result. I'm measuring the progress of my life. That Afolabi, are you getting better at what you're doing? And that has been the case, because I'm getting it. I'm not there yet at the moment. I'm still going there. But guess what? If I look at myself, I can sit back and tell myself, even if I don't work again, I think I'm blessed. But guess what? If you tell yourself that, oh man, you've gotten to that destination, remember, success is a progressive realization of a worthy idea. So where you think you're stopping, because if you get to a place and you are the biggest fish in the pond, you think you are the biggest guy, you might need to change your circle. You might need to change the kind of people you are around with. If you think you are the biggest fish in the pond, you're giving yourself a pat at the back and say, I have arrived. You have not arrived, because it is a progressive realization. You need to understand the true meaning of success. So start checking on yourself. Start taking responsibility for your life. And to take responsibility, result will help you to put yourself in check. Result is what is going to help you to see that truly you are getting there. Result or success is a numbers game, right? It's a numbers game. You need to understand that it's a numbers game. As you are checking it, as you are getting this result, the numbers will start fizzling in. And the numbers will start fizzling in. You know what the numbers is? The numbers will come. Maybe the life change. Maybe the economy change. Maybe the income change. Maybe the health change. Maybe the social change. All right. So that is the kind of numbers that you start experiencing. And I want you to know this morning that when you start thinking that I am responsible for me, because first you must accept that responsibility. To get to that next level, you must tell yourself, I, Afolabi, I am responsible for me. For me to get here, I don't need the help of anybody. I need the help of me. First, it's God first. And then you start telling yourself, I need to pick myself up. I need to pick my pieces together. You look at your bank account, you don't like what you see, then tell yourself, I'm going to get back to work. You look at your family situation and you don't like what you're seeing, and then you tell yourself, I am going to get back to work. You look at your relationship lifestyle and you don't like what you're looking at, then get to work. You look at your academic lifestyle and you don't like what you're seeing, you get back to work. But I'll tell you something, to start getting that result, one of the things that you know that is inevitable, although maybe you don't know that is inevitable, is that you need to develop you, right? You need to develop you. You're working on yourself. Work on yourself, which we call personal development. One of the things that I did when I was trying to pick my pieces together, when I felt like maybe I was also, doing all these crazy, nasty things, was picking myself up and telling myself that, Afolabi, nobody can push you to achieving this thing. I already said the picture. I saw that there's going to be a better life ahead. But how do I see a better life ahead? Is to start looking at myself, picking up myself and developing me. So I call that part personal development. You need to start reading books. You need to start listening to audios. You need to start listening to tape. I had a meeting yesterday with one of the industry top leaders. And myself and this man were chatting up. Matter of fact, we're going to have the privilege of this particular wonderful, phenomenal, great man on this program. By the special grace of God, next week, we're going to have him to also share his insight on how he achieved greatness and success in his life, and where he was coming from and how he's able to do it. Now, you could also learn from other people's success. And I was saying, I said, how can we, or what led us into doing this particular program is because of the way the mindset of people have been so corrupt. It's been so bastardized and corrupt that people are not even patient when it comes to achieving, to achieving success. People want it real quick. People want it instantly. And that is why in this part of the world, people going to rituals. You can see little kid, thinking of how to go kill his mother, to kill his brothers, to kill his siblings, just to turn it to, to do some sort of rituals in the name of, becoming rich. And this is so wrong. So you can see that there is a whole lot of this kind of class is going to teach and guide people on to help you out a better philosophy. Like they say, your philosophy is the greatest reality of your life. Your philosophy begins with having a different perspective of life, that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve it. That's what Napoleon Hill said. So have a different philosophy, have a different mental approach in when you are evaluating the subject matter success. All right. Everybody can achieve success. How you think, how you feel, create your state of being. Mindset is everything. Have a different mindset. And to have a different mindset, you need to know that as you are checking yourself, one of the things you can use to check or measure your progress is result. So result, like we say, is the name of the game. So to not understand the name of the game, results must start showing. So whatever you are doing this morning, whatever you started doing in this month of February, you need to start looking at, am I getting gradually there? Now, one of the things you need to understand here is that you're not going to see the big numbers, which is the big result. It might start with the little numbers, right? You can start seeing, maybe you're not going to notice it, but you will notice it mentally. If you are the type that is sensitive to yourself, if you are the type that is sensitive to your environment, things around you, you start noticing it. Maybe the way you spend, you're able to afford, you can afford some certain things. You can see that some certain things are taking shape, all right? You're not going to see the big thing. It's not going to happen overnight. I want you to know success don't happen overnight, right? Overnight success is something else, all right? Success don't happen overnight. I understand somebody is telling me, what if it's the one that God did it? But let me tell you, success is never by accident. It's never by accident. You became attractive to success when you have worked on yourself to become somebody of value, all right? So that is one of the things I want us to know. We can achieve anything. You listening to me this morning, I want you to know that nobody has condemned you. It is only when you condemn yourself and said, I am nobody. All right. Even people tell you nobody, that you're nobody, tell yourself that I am somebody. Tell yourself that I am going to achieve that greatness. Tell yourself that I'm going to achieve that excellence in result, excellence in skill. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be equipped more in language. I'm going to be equipped more in knowledge. I'm going to be equipped more to become a better personality and to become a better representative of my of my family, of my, society, and I will be a better person to influence people around me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you resolve at that altar of, of declaration to yourself, it's going to help you to start seeing things start changing for you. Remember, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will start taking shape. Maybe little things you may not be sensitive around, but you start seeing things will start changing naturally. And that's the way it is. Maybe the change will come from the mind change, all right? It might come from the mind change, the philosophy change. It might come from starting to build and telling yourself that I can do it no matter what. Now, the day you start knowing that you can resolve to tell yourself that I can do it, the moment you tell yourself, I am responsible for me, that is the day things will start changing for you, all right? So it's been another beautiful morning, and I hope you get this message. Remember, to measure your progress, result is inevitable. Results must be the major key to helping you to measure your progress, all right? So start checking it and start looking at it. That result may not be 100%. That result could be 50%. It could be 80%, all right? Thank you, guys, and I hope you got value again this morning. Coach Dan, I hope we're able to also deliver. Oh,
yeah.